What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another episode of Profit Picks. This is going to be a really quick episode. I really am focused mostly on player props today, and I do have one side that I like, and I'm going to talk about that game as well. But just wanted to do a quick video, get in and get out, let you guys know what I like, bring you guys the information, and let you guys decide what you would like to do with it. So, without further ado, we'll get to the player props first, and then we'll get to the side that I like for the day. So, player props, we will start. And again, I didn't put the link in there on Twitter this time, but I am also live on YouTube. If you guys, have questions or maybe some things you guys are liking, I will answer them to the best of my ability if you come to YouTube and put the comments up here. What's up, Justin? Appreciate you tapping in. Ernest also in the building. Moneyline Lock. Appreciate you guys tapping in. So let's get straight to it. Let's talk about some money. Detroit and Atlanta. And lately, I've been playing a lot of props in these Detroit games, and it's Wiseman. Um, I think Golden State made a mistake kind of giving him up as early as they did because it looks like he's going to flourish over there in Detroit. Um, his point prop, I was between double double and point prop. I played his point prop in his last game. It was like plus 340. It's now plus 100. So it wasn't that appealing. I kind of pivoted towards his, and I should pull up this other information I have here on this Wiseman. But I put up his point prop. It's 15 and a half. He's cleared that 5 of his last 7 games. And if we look at Wiseman, since he joined Detroit versus bottom 10 defenses, he's only played a few games, but he's averaging 18.3 points, 10.8 rebounds. So if you want to play the double-double at plus 100, I'm not mad at you, but I think the points is the better route here. Atlanta is the 6th worst defensive rated team the last 5 games, and they also have a game tomorrow. So not sure how much effort they're going to give on the defensive end. Like Wiseman there. And a lot of Wiseman's baskets are either going to be putbacks or, right off of an assist. He's not creating a whole lot of shots for himself. And I'm just thinking about it here. First, my initial thought was Ivy. His assists are at 5.5 plus 110. He does average 6.4 assists in the 10 games with Wiseman so far. He averages 4.9 on the season. He's cleared 5.5, 4 of his last 5 games. But I was looking a little bit more, and it's a guy that I'm not too fond of. I don't think he's even a good player, but he's getting the opportunity. And it could be because, 1, they're just tanking. They're throwing him out there because they don't want to win the game. 2, they're just trying to see what they have before they maybe move on next season. I mean, they are going to have a really high draft pick. They do have Ivy. They do have Cade. So maybe they're just seeing what they have in Killian Hayes. And he's turning the ball over, but he's also getting assists. 3 of his last 5 games, he's had a double-double. If you're interested in that, it's plus 400 tonight. But I don't want to be expecting him to score too many points. That's just not the kind of player I think he is. But the pick and roll between Wiseman and Bagley, it's kind of lethal. I like it. And when those guys are cutting and people are dropping down trying to help on them, it leaves an open shooter on the wing or in the corner, and he's finding them as well. So he's had 11 assists in a couple of these games lately. He had 13 assists in one of those games. I decided, and this is a little bit of a gamble because, again, he's not a great player. It's just he's getting the minutes. His 4 of his last 5 games, he's had 34 plus minutes. So I want to take advantage of that. His assist prop is 7.5 plus 120, and I decided to ladder it up to 10.5 at plus 380. So the first game up, Wiseman over 15.5 points, and then I like Killian Hayes over his assist prop of 7.5, laddered up to 11. And again, it's a gamble, but that's what we're here to do. I think it's a decent edge, decent advantage tonight with the extra minutes that he's been getting. So let's take a look really quick at some of these comments. What's up, Really B? AOD in the building. Javi says he likes Tatum over 29.5 points. Sabonis over 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. What's my thoughts? I can't talk you off Tatum. I think he has a good matchup. Sacramento is not a great defensive team. And Sabonis, I didn't look too big into Sabonis. I don't want to talk you off of him either, just because I know he's capable. I'll just say that maybe he doesn't have the best matchup tonight because Robert Williams is coming back in the lineup for the Celtics. And, he's a really good defender. So maybe not Sabonis. If I have to pick one of these props, I would prefer Tatum. Let's see. Lee Johnson. Says definitely an angle. These guys who aren't in the hunt are playing for a potential team for next season. Yeah, I just they either got to see what they have, they're tanking. Whatever the case is, he's getting those minutes. He's turning the ball over too. If you can bet turnovers, it's worth a look. He's had like 4 or 5 turnovers every game, but he's getting 11 assists in some of them, 13 assists in some of them. So I like it. If he gets 11 assists tonight, he'll pick up 8 units just betting 1 unit on each of those plays. So that's the way I was looking to play that game. Justin says, I like this Wiseman look. My best player prop is Jay Tate. Is that who that is? Over 43.5 punch rebound assist. Big bounce back for him. 3 unit bet. Maybe I'm blanking out. Jason Tatum. There you go. Jason Tatum. He just shortened it. 43.5 punch rebounds assist. Got to be him. System Skee. We have one system for today. We'll get to it at the end after the player props. Relly B says he likes Sabonis punch rebounds and assists under. Jay says Sabonis points lower than his average, probably because of the matchup going up against Time Lord tonight. All right, so let's keep it going here. Let's talk about a couple more player props that we like. The next one that we like, we'll look at the Cleveland and Brooklyn game, and I do think Jared Allen is going to play. This one was really just a numbers play here because I wasn't sure if he's going to play. If he wasn't going to play, I probably would like the points a little bit more for Mobley. But I'm going to go rebounds and assists over 11.5. Just looking at Mobley versus bottom 10 rebounding teams or rebounding defenses. Prop Queen helped me out a little bit with this. So these are her terms. He's averaging 15 points per game, 10 rebounds, 3.2 assists. So rebounds plus assists average there is 13.2. And if Allen didn't play, it's still the same average, pretty much 13.3 rebounds plus assists. So I just felt like that was a safer look. And I'm going to roll with it. Let me pull it back up here. Going up against Brooklyn, who's the worst rebounding team in the league. I like that for Mobley. I would obviously love it more if Allen didn't play because Allen will snag some of those boards. But I think it's a really good opportunity. I think the number is perfect. So over 11.5, I got it at minus 115. That is the next player prop for today. What up, you Capper? He says, he's just saying, what's up? Hit the like button. Yes, I appreciate it. If you guys like what you're hearing, if I'm helping you out at all, hit the like button because it does help me out. One more player prop, and then we will get to the system for today. And the last player prop is a pretty easy one. We're going to go to that New Orleans and San Antonio game, and we're going to look at CJ McCollum over 2.5 3-pointers. Simple handicap. Spurs are the worst 3-point defense in the league. CJ McCollum versus bottom 10 3-point defenses. He's averaging 3 3-point makes overall, but at home it increases to 3.4, and that's through 12 home games. So asking them to get over 2.5 tonight. He's done that 5 of his last 6 games. I think he can do it again versus the worst 3-point defense in the league, especially with Ingram back to take some attention off of him and kind of just set him up and hit him for some of those threes. So 4 player props right there. And that's what I'm rocking with for today. That's our four guys, maybe a little bit more than 4 wagers on those guys, but those are the ways I'm looking for the player props. And then today, for the one system or trend or however you want to call it, we'll move over to 579, 580. Let's see if I did make a banner. Kings and Celtics. So what I like about this game is I would like it more if the Celtics haven't been traveling. I think it's their last game of a road trip. Last game of a pretty long road trip for them, and I think they want to end strong after how they gave up that last game, right? Being up by double digits and letting them come back and win. I feel like you're going to get a really strong bounce back performance for them going up against the Sacramento team, who's also their 7th straight travel spot, 3rd game in 4 nights, playing on a back-to-back here. Versus a Boston team who plays well versus competition, right? They're 17-9 against the spread versus greater than 55% win teams so far this season. And then let's look at the system here. Let's just pull it back up. Pull it up here. There we go. And maybe let me scroll up here and also, so I'll read it. It's going to be road favorites with 2 days rest before and after this game. versus an opponent on a back-to-back, and this is after that road favorite. Um, they in the previous game, their biggest lead was greater than 10. So it's a road favorite who gave up a double-digit lead. Or I'm sorry, I'm reading this wrong. It's a road favorite who had a double-digit lead. They had 2 days rest before this game, 2 days rest before the next game. Their opponent is off a back-to-back. They are 10-2 against the spread, 11-1 straight up. These teams win by an average of 15 points per game. The average line was around what we're looking at today, -6. And I didn't check. I mean, it's not going to get much worse with a 10-2 record. I should have put when they're off of a loss here. So let me just double check. See if it changes anything. They lost their last game after leading by 10. Let's see what happens there. 2-0. Only 2 instances. They won by 23 points per game. Average line was -7. So Celtics should be focused after giving up that big lead. That's what the system is pretty much saying here. That's what I'm rolling with. So let me just scroll over here and make sure I show you guys that it was active. Do my due diligence. Let's go back one to the original system here. And we'll click this date. And you see right here, Celtics and Kings is active. 2 days rest for the Celtics, back-to-back for the Kings, line of -5. And you see all these W's. All the way back to 2007 is when this system is starting. So that's what I like for this game. Let me go and see what some of the comments are saying here. Vinny, what's going on, brother? A little bit of a disagreement. There's a little bit of a disagreement here. Lee says Kings are solid no matter the circumstances. Jay says Kings haven't been great after a long road trip, first game back at home, but they have been great coming off of a loss. I mean, off of a loss, yeah, back-to-back game, first game back at home after a 4-game road trip. I mean, it's a mini flat spot. Only way I can look here is the Celtics. Last 5 game stats, as good as the Kings have been playing, Celtics have been a better offense. They've been a better defensive team. They haven't been a better rebounding team, but that can change. Time Lord is back in the lineup tonight. So I see a lot of advantages for this Boston team. Ernest, I appreciate the compliment there. Just trying to help everybody out. Not that I'm always right. You guys can, hear what I'm saying and think, Skee doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. I'm going the other way. Or you can say, maybe Skee knows a little bit of something. I might tell him. However it is, if I help you, that's all I'm trying to do. Justin says, definitely was leading the Celtics. Now I'm telling. Super, what up, bro? Boofer says, Kings won in Boston to show up to play better. Waiting for Boston to show up to play better? You're saying they were looking ahead to Boston? I don't know about that one. And Javi says, they blew a lot of energy coming back last night in Utah. I like that look. Yeah, they tried, right? So even if Sacramento starts off hot in this game, gets a little bit of a lead, I wouldn't be worried. We got the rest advantage on our side. Yeah, similar to what I said, this is very similar to my Charlotte pick from yesterday. One of the good picks that I had there. They had 2 days rest before their last game, 2 days rest before the next game. And I said that could help them fix some of the things they were lacking, which was their defense. They started off not playing any defense. They ramped it up, and the game stayed under, and they got the job done. The trend here also, I'll pull it back up just so you guys can see. It says 10-2 against the spread, 10-2 to the under. So, it's also a situation where I'm in agreement. Celtics should lock up and, try to win this one with a little bit more defense. But I'm kind of done with these systems lining up on Kings games and playing Kings games under because they play fast. They don't play defense. So that's the reason I didn't also take that. Let's see a couple more comments before we get out of here. A little bit of a different show. Like I said, usually I go down the games and talk them all out. And tomorrow I will be with Ravino. We will go through the games and talk them all out. But just a little bit of a quick hitter today. Super says he likes Cavs and Celtics money line. Known is just asking what's my look on the total. I want to bet under. I just talked about it. I want to bet under, but I can't do it the way the Kings team plays defense. So I don't really want to bet it, but I would only look that way, I guess, just because of the situation. UCapper says me and Munaf stayed after less cap, found an angle where Kings could be up first quarter, even first half, but Celtics dominate second half. I mean, yeah, I've seen it plenty of times when these teams have 2 days rest compared to zero. That team on a back to back comes out still hot a little bit, still warmed up, then they die out. So if that does happen, I will definitely be looking at a live bet on the Celtics. I would not be nervous. I would not be scared. I agree with you. So we'll wrap this up here. Do a little bit of a recap. I guess I'll put the best bet banner up there, even though it's not a best bet. It's just more of a recap of my bets so far. We're going Celtics minus the 5 points. We're going CJ McCollum over 2.5 3 pointers made. Evan Mobley over 11.5 rebounds plus assists. James Wiseman over 15.5 points. And we're going to go Killian Hayes. We're going to ladder him up over 7.5 assists. That starts at plus 120, all the way up to 11 assists, 11 plus assists. And that is at plus 380. So best of luck if you tell. Good luck, everybody, on all your action. Like I said, I will be back here with Mr. Ravino to help me break down the games tomorrow. And I will catch you guys then.